Hi, welcome to another episode of Raw for Joy. Actually, it's episode 4, and I am Tiffany Almazan here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm actually sitting at the Divine Cafe over at Springs Preserve. So if you're familiar with the area at all, you know where I am. It is a beautiful day today, so I couldn't resist being here doing this video. So I've got this strip of shade across my eyes and the pole right down this way. So if I stay in this spot, I might not have like blinding sun in my eyes, so we'll see how it goes. But it is a cloudless blue sky day here, 64 degrees. It's gonna have a cold spell gonna hit us day after tomorrow. Gonna be freezing temps at night at least, and we'll see how my garden does. But I couldn't, for all that being said, I couldn't miss this opportunity to be here. So hopefully the music and the other guests I'm talking is not too bad. So that's why I have my earbuds in. So we'll see how that all goes. So just so happens to be day 40 of this adventure that I'm on. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my normal list of what I go through, is how I've been feeling, what my wins and my losses were, anything that I'm learning, working on, and that I want to share with you as well. And of course, the recipe of the week, probably a favorite with many of my viewers, right? So, and I think this camera is like drifting the wrong way, so let's see if we can. There, isn't that so much better? Okay, it's the little things, right? Those little things. All right, so shall we dive in? How am I feeling? I said last episode that my energy was still working on coming back after my whole detoxing spell, and it is on the upward trend, which is great. I am feeling a lot better. I'm still getting some good sleep, but I'm not as exhausted during the day. And my brain, guys, my brain is working really well. My brain likes raw food. Can I just say that? It really does, because I just have better clarity. I am excited about life, about doing things, about making progress, about planning, about thinking about the future and all these things that I can be doing, and not wanting to waste a moment. Just that you want to wring all of the goodness and yumminess out of life that you can. So that is huge, and that is what raw food does for me. So anytime I eat raw food for enough of a period of time, I always feel that shift in my brain. So I'm really happy that I went through a lot of that detoxing. My digestion is doing really well right now. I'm super excited about it. And interesting thing though, I will say, is that it's almost working too well. This is not digesting some of the things that I wanted to for my 20% not raw. But that's also good for me because it's a preventative and kind of keeps me on my course, and it's really a way that I'm learning to rebalance my system. That book I keep mentioning that I've been reading, and it's just, you dwell on things and things come up and you're like, oh yeah, I read about that. Well, it came up again because of some of the things that I've been eating, and I remembered a section in the book. I'd like to go back and find it, but did I say the book name? Conscious Eating by Dr. Gabriel Cousens. Well, he talked about how he doesn't recommend that people drastically switch over their diet from, if you're eating a standard American diet and you want to go like 100% vegan, or you want to do raw vegan, or plant-based kind of stuff, it's like he recommends a gradual transition over even a couple of years depending on your system. And I was like, what? But he says that your body has to learn to digest these foods. It's learned and adapted to what you're doing, what you're currently eating. And so now as you switch over, it needs that gradual transition. Like, people say I can't eat salad. Well, maybe you really can't, because you haven't been, so your body doesn't have the systems in place, the processes to digest it correctly. So you need to start slow on some of these things. And I find that so awesome, because really you're retraining your body, and as it learns what you're eating, it adapts, and now it's working for you, right? To give you the best it can. And I think that is so cool. So that's how I've been feeling. Feeling good. Yeah. And is my camera screen drifting again? Check it out. I think it's drifting. So we'll see. Keep an eye on it. Let me know if you think it's drifting. Okay. So On to losses. I like to talk about losses before I talk about wins. Okay, so losses. Eating too much, too late at night before bed, so that I'm not really getting 2 to 3 hours of not eating to allow my body to digest before I then sleep. So I know that's not good for me, and I'm sleeping okay from it, but I still want to make that change, because I want to have a longer period of fasting in a way. I'd much rather be more of the intermittent fasting versus, non-stop eating all the time, right? So that's one loss for me. Another one is I've been eating white rice as my 20%er, right? That's not raw, because we have this bag. We got it from Costco. It's a big bag. I'm making some good stuff with it, putting a lot of raw things in, mixing in veggies and stuff with it, but it's not good for me. Let's just be clear. I've had enough of it over this period of time, a couple weeks now, I think, to know that it's not good for me. So I think it's just going to be my honey kind of thing to eat. I think I'm going to stop and let him finish off the bag. Here's the key to know if something's good for you or not, regardless of how it tastes or how you think your body is fine with it or whatever. Take a moment, set an alarm on your phone for 2 hours after you eat. Just have a little, reminder pop up. Say, how are you feeling? Take stock of that. If you are tired, dragging, sleepy, crabby, still hungry, have lots of energy, excited, brain fog, whatever it is, kind of take note of it and then think about, just use your notes app on your phone or something, and then think about what did you eat. And do that every day. If you're trying to figure out what you need to eat at lunch at work so that you can have energy to finish out the day, just take note of it, and then you'll start to see patterns that will show up as to what is dragging you down, what doesn't give your brain that clarity that it needs. So I know white rice 2 hours later, I'm not feeling good. Even an hour later, I don't feel well, and it kind of drags on for a while. It just really, I say that it sucks the energy out of me. Not fun at all. Waste life, waste daytime, wastes me being productive and getting things done. It's just, it may taste good, but, and I got a good recipe and I make it really well, but no. The other one is popcorn. Organic popcorn cooked in grapeseed oil or avocado oil. They tolerate high heat. So I'm doing better with that. And then we even put like a raw cashew Parmesan cheese sprinkles on it. That's really good with garlic and salt and all. But I've had, the last couple times I've eaten even just a little bit, like half a small bowl. I've had horrible stomach cramps. So what has helped is popping a Prolistic probiotic powder after I eat, as I start to feel that my stomach is starting to cramp up. The first time it was just like I had no idea what it was, and I haven't had that bad of stomach cramps and I don't know how long, so I waited too long for that. But I think I finally narrowed it down to it being the popcorn. So popcorn is off limits now, I think, too. So those are a couple of my losses. How's the shade going here? Do I need to move over this way? My wins. Wins are more fun to talk about, right? My wins. Miracle Morning is an update for you on that. I have been doing it now I was in a process of reading the book and implementing some of the things little by little as I went. I wasn't in a rush to, dive in and get up at 5 a.m. and just crunch through it, push through it, whatever. I'm now on it and I'm doing okay with it. It may take me a little bit longer. I get distracted by the dogs and I get involved in other things, and so I'm not 100% straight through before I move on. I may have to take a break and do something and then come back to it, but I'm doing really good. And guys, I'm super excited about it. I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. My sleep too helps me wake up before my alarm, and so all I'm doing now for the Miracle Morning is you don't lay there and just kind of enjoy the morning and slowly wake up or whatever. You have to get out of bed immediately, because otherwise I tell myself, well, you could sleep for another hour, or you start getting sleepy, or you talk yourself out of what you're going to do for the day, and then your whole plan's changed in that 10-15 minutes you lay in bed. The whole day is redesigned by your brain. So stop that. I get up right away. I'm taking my shower earlier in the day. I'm getting out with the dogs. We're getting their food going. Everything is just going much quicker, and it's becoming this routine. I'm excited about it. I really am. I'm excited. Okay, there's one for you. So I highly recommend check it out. Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I'll post a link in the description if you want to pull it up on Amazon. The second win is no coffee. I have stopped drinking coffee. After detoxing, I really got my stomach turned off of coffee. I've been feeling bad drinking it lately, even just like half a cup at home, and so I knew it was kind of like my body's telling me something. And after my detoxing, or even like during it, as I was starting to get well and all, it smelled really bad. Did I tell you I had to clean out the whole kitchen of every coffee ground, the coffee maker, any beans we had sitting out in a canister on the counter, all that had to go away in the pantry, get all cleaned up. I couldn't tolerate the smell. And so I got off of it, and I didn't even get migraines on days 3 and 4. I wasn't really addicted to the caffeine so much, which was great. And it's been good. I'm drinking tea. So right now at this cafe, I have an organic chai tea, and I brought my own honey. I just happen to have the jar. I carry the jar with me everywhere now, so it was in my bag, so I had some raw honey I put in it, and it's pretty tasty. So that's number 2. What else? Oh, side note on my garlic, I planted, not garlic, side note on my garden, I planted garlic and grass seeds. I got in, I think, like 80 plus cloves of garlic I got planted, which was awesome. Yes, this is my sweet spot, so don't move, okay? And maybe I should not wear a white shirt on my videos because they're just so bright, right? So hopefully it looks okay to you guys. So I got some good stuff done in my garden, having a little bit more energy, and I got behind on some things, so I was really bummed about that, but I'm catching up. And I hope with the cold spell we have coming that the garlic is going to, not stuck on garlic, hoping with the cold spell that we have coming up that my aphids that are eating my kale, broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage get wiped out. Fingers crossed on that. Another win is I'm asking better questions. I'm being much more consistent about my questions, and I'm really excited and proud of myself for that. So like today here at this cafe, I already ate before I came so that I'm not going to be starving. And I'm not starving, and my tea is great. Honey's got good stuff in it too. But you see waffle fries on the menu, and you're like, oh, could I get a side order of fries? Like, send my 20%, maybe. So you look at their sweet potato. Okay, check. They are maple syrup and mustard dip. I'm like, ooh, maple syrup, not processed sugar. Like, check. Wow, mustard? It might actually give it a little bit of a less sweet taste. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, it's got a VG next to it for vegetarian. And I'm like, why isn't it not vegan? I'm like, what's on sweet potatoes, maple syrup and mustard dressing? So I ask, and he pulls out his book, and I asked though, I asked, and he pulls out the book, and he says that there's eggs and milk in it. And I'm like, what? Like, no, but I like sweet potato fries. So my assumption is, he didn't know for sure, but my assumption is the milk is in the dressing, the dip, and then the eggs are probably in the breading that they dipped into the waffle fries to put that coating on them before they fried them. I'm assuming they have the coating, let me know. So that wiped that out for me, so I'm like, okay, fine. But I asked the question, which is really cool. And as a side note for you guys, there are some amazing dips that you can make that don't need dairy. They are super, super creamy and taste so yummy. You wouldn't even know that there's no dairy in them, okay? So trust me, that's actually one of my recipes. Or it's the recipe of the week I'm going to share with you today is one that you would think has got some sour cream or dairy or something in it. And it doesn't. It's awesome. So let's see. Checking my list here. Those are my wins, I think. Oh, one more. I got notified on my phone. I have an iPhone, and this little pop-up thing came up and asked me, because I get all of these messages, all these phone calls from sales calls, and I'm on the do not call list, and I still get these calls, and they get these recording messages. Do you want to be put on the do not call? You can call us back. I'm like, I'm already on it. I'm like, so stop calling. So I've blocked so many numbers on my phone. They all show up like local numbers, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I started blocking them, and then it popped up on my phone. Do you want to silence calls from unknown numbers? And I'm like, what? So now I turn that on, and guess what? It's so peaceful. And if they left a voicemail, you can tell if they're one of those numbers or not by the voicemail they leave or don't leave. And if you don't leave a voicemail, I don't know who you are anyway, so I'm never going to call you back. It's awesome. So it just shows up as a recent call, and then of course if there's a voicemail, it's amazing. So that's another win, because it's just my brain working, feeling good, and making adjustments. So it's really cool. So there's my win. On the learning side of things, okay, I have decided that I'm going to streamline my business development. And there's so many things out there, so much training that's offered, so many webinars and sales pitches that you get out of, different programs you can buy and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Neura offers so much training. That's my commitment. One of my affirmations now is that I'm going to really engage with all that's offered and be consistent on all of those things, and not be looking elsewhere for like what's right in front of me. Like there was an amazing social media training that was done. Been 2 series of it so far, and probably like, I don't know, a month and a half long each of them, something every week that you do. It's amazing. So that's still there as historical. I can even review it. But all kinds of awesome training like that, and just how to do the business better. And New York, I put so many tools and platforms and systems and processes in place to simplify things. I don't have to create my own videos. I have my own email system and lead management, all these things. I have all of these things. So I'm really going back to the basics. I'm simplifying with that, and it feels so good. I went through my inbox and I unsubscribed to all of these people that are always offering things that I don't partake of, but it takes time to say no to them. Or you watch a webinar and you say, oh, that's like really cool, and it's like, do I want this or I do this? And so time consuming. So I keep having to screw over. The sun is not moving the way I planned it to do, so sorry for all my adjustments. So I've unsubscribed to a bunch of emails. I know it's going to be another process that I have to keep doing that to kind of get through everything, but I'm missing out on the emails that I want to get because I don't see them amidst all this other stuff. So simplifying is key for me this week, and kind of cleaning up the year really, and kind of relaunching in January as to my new plan and how I want it to keep it a little bit more streamlined, easier for me to be consistent and keep up on things so I don't get so overwhelmed. I'm also going to continue my personal development, which I hadn't really thought of as being personal development. I just thought it was something really cool to do. So everybody, I don't know everybody, but a lot of people pick a word of the year. And so I picked my word last year, and I did it with Allie Edwards, her One Little Word program. You can go to allieedwards.com. She's actually got it on sale now for 2020. I'm going to participate next year because it was awesome. I didn't do all the prompts. There's a monthly activity you can do. I didn't do them all. Some of them didn't appeal to me. Some of them I didn't have time for. Some were too crafty or whatever. So I'm kind of keeping that simple too. But I enjoyed it so much. It was so much really good reflection and learning about yourself and personal discovery and capturing your life in pictures, and really what you can learn from that was really cool. So I'm going to continue on the personal development side of it and do a balance between the two, because I want to do my personal development and I also want to have business development, and I don't want to let either go, so I'm going to make space for both, which I'm really excited about. And then the third thing is that I'm going to make space for knowledge growing. So some things just in both of those, development, personal business, I'll be learning things. There are some things like I may want to learn more about Instagram, or I may want to learn about emails, email marketing, or content creation, or different things. Recipes that I want to learn for raw food and stuff. There's maybe some books I'm going to read about being healthier. So I've got the knowledge piece of it that I'm also going to focus on. So that's going to be my 3 buckets: the skill-based, personal development, and business development. And I'm really excited about that because that's like a cool plan for me. It's structured, organized. I can see it. It'll help me not get overwhelmed. I have a lot of flexibility within that to make changes and do what works for me. So I'm excited for that. Oh, last thing. You guys ready for it? Recipe of the week. Who likes onion dip? Do you like onion dip? I always loved onion dip, but I didn't think it was possible to have onion dip that was raw. I mean, I don't know, I guess because it was always like you buy a tub of sour cream or something, you put in the seasoning and all, and it was just like, that's what it was just sour cream. So, found this recipe. It's amazing. It uses cashews as a base, lemon juice, a lot of lemon juice, a little bit of water, and I'm gonna post the recipe, of course, and it'll be in the description below. But amazing, seriously amazing. So there you have it. That's my items for today. Feeling, losses, wins, what I'm learning, and the recipe of the week. There you got it. I got them all. I think that's all she wrote. Hopefully this was okay to watch, being as I'm kind of like in and out of the side of the camera, screen is moving, and also hopefully it wasn't too distracting for you. And I will see you again on my next episode next week, Sunday afternoon, evening. It will be posted, so watch out for that. And again, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have, and I hope you have an amazing week. Go eat something raw. Okay, good for you. You might even enjoy the taste too. You never know. Bye for now. So if you enjoyed this week's episode of Raw for Joy, please give me a thumbs up. I don't like the thumbs down, okay? So that's not even an option. So give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel too. And if you like, you can also hit the alarm bell to be notified every time I post a new episode. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.